Hi, and welcome back to the Open Mind Studio, the place where two friends chat in easy English, so your listening and speaking grow a little more every time. I'm Emma,
And I'm Alex. Really glad you're back with us.
and if you're new here, this one's made for A2 to B1 learners. So if you're a beginner or somewhere in the middle, you're in exactly the right place.
So, Emma, how are you today? Good day so far?
Lovely, thank you. A quiet morning, lots of tea. How about you?
Pretty good. Although Sam and I had a small disagreement this morning about whether cereal counts as a soup.
Cereal is absolutely not a soup, Alex.
See, you disagreed with me just now, and it was easy because we're friends. But what about when it's your boss, or someone you've only just met?
Ugh, that's so much harder. And that is exactly our topic today. How to disagree politely in English.
The scary one. How to say, I don't think so, in a soft, kind way, without it turning into an argument.
Exactly. Because in English, there are gentle ways to disagree, and there are less gentle ways. And the words you choose make an enormous difference.
They really do. Say the wrong thing, and a tiny difference becomes a big fight. Say it kindly, and you can disagree and still stay friends.
So by the end of today, you'll have lots of soft, polite phrases for disagreeing, and we'll act plenty of them out so you can hear exactly how they sound.
And I have to warn you, Emma and I are the two worst people at this, in completely opposite ways.
It's true. You'll hear about that later. And I'll tell you about my most embarrassing disagreement disaster. It's a real one for the collection.
The famous collection. But first, one tiny favor, everyone. If these chats help you, a quick like or subscribe really helps more learners find us. Thank you.
And near the end, we'll slow right down for a few useful words, like always, and we'll ask you to write one little sentence in the comments.
So, why is disagreeing in English so scary? In your own language, you do it all the time.
That's the thing. In your own language, you have 100 soft ways to say, I'm not sure about that. But in English, learners often only know the hard ways. No, you're wrong. That's not true. And those sound much stronger than you actually mean.
Exactly. A lot of learners sound rude by accident, not because they are rude, but because they only ever learned the blunt words. Today, we fix that. We give you the soft tools.
And it's not only the words, is it? It's the tone, too. The very same sentence can sound kind or sharp, depending on how you say it.
Such a good point. A soft, slow voice can make even a strong opinion feel gentle. So today, think soft words and soft voice. Both matter.
And you need them everywhere. Disagreeing with a coworker, saying no to a friend's plan, telling someone you see it differently, at work, at dinner, online.
And here's the key idea for the whole episode. In English, polite disagreement is mostly about softening. You don't change your opinion, you just wrap it in a softer package. Let's learn how, one piece at a time.
So, where do we start? What's the very first move?
The first piece is the cushion. Before you disagree, you put down something soft, a little bit of agreement, so the disagreement lands gently.
A cushion. So I don't just jump straight to no.
Right. Jumping straight to no is like a hard floor. So first, you lay down a cushion. Watch. Emma, tell me an opinion. Anything.
Okay. I think mornings are the best time to get work done.
And I disagree, but gently. I see what you mean. Mornings are lovely and quiet. But for me, I actually focus better at night. Did you feel that? I agreed a little first, then I disagreed.
Oh, that's so much softer. You didn't say, no, you're wrong. You said, I see what you mean, but.
That's the magic shape. Agree a little, then but. So your cushions are, I see what you mean, but. That's a fair point, though. I get that, and at the same time, you might be right, but I was thinking.
I love those. They make the other person feel heard first.
Try one on me. Someone says, winter is the best season. Give me a cushion, then disagree.
Okay. I can see why. Winter's so cozy. But I think I'd still pick summer myself.
Perfect cushion. I can see why. Then a gentle, but. You've already got it. That's the whole trick. Heard first, then your view. Your turn, listener. Someone says, I think dogs are better than cats. You disagree, but start with a cushion. I see what you mean, but... Say it in your head. Now, the second piece. This one is all about your words. You swap the hard, loud words for soft, quiet ones. Think of it like turning the volume down.
Turning the volume down. So, not you're wrong, but something gentler.
Exactly. Let me show you the difference. The loud version first. I say, no, that's wrong. That's a bad idea.
Ouch! That feels like being pushed.
It does. Now the quiet version. Same meaning. I'm not sure about that. I think it might be a little tricky.
Oh, that's the same disagreement, but it feels kind.
Same message, lower volume. The magic soft words are, I'm not sure. I think, maybe, perhaps, it might be. I feel like... You sprinkle a couple in, and everything softens.
So instead of, that won't work, I say, I'm not sure that will work.
Perfect. Just adding, I'm not sure, turns a wall into a cushion. And instead of, you're wrong, you say, I see it a little differently.
Ooh, here's a tiny one I love. Swap but for and. I like your idea, but it's expensive. Sounds like a no. I like your idea, and then wondering about the cost. Sounds like a yes.
That's a beautiful little trick. But deletes everything before it, and keeps it. Same point, so much softer. Your turn, listener. Take the hard sentence, that's a bad idea. Now make it soft. Add, I'm not sure, or maybe. Say it gently in your head.
Okay, but sometimes I get nervous, and it comes out as an attack. How do I stop that?
That's the third piece, and it's a big one. You disagree with the idea, not the person. You point at the idea on the table, not at the person sitting across from you.
Ah, so not you're wrong, but I think that idea might have a problem.
Exactly. You sentences feel like a pointing finger. You're wrong. You don't understand. You always. Those start fights. Instead, talk about the idea or about how you see it. Watch. Emma, pretend I made a plan you didn't like.
Okay, the attacking way first. You didn't think this through at all.
Ooh, that stings. Now the soft way, about the idea. I'm wondering if this plan might have one small gap.
Oh, that's completely different. The first one blames you. The second one just looks at the plan.
That's the shift. Move from you to the idea, or to I. I see it differently. I have a different take on it. Maybe there's another way to look at it. Nobody has to defend themselves, so nobody fights.
That's so clever. You take the person out of the firing line.
Out of the firing line completely. Your turn, listener. Change you're wrong into something about the idea. Try, I see it a bit differently. Say it in your head. Now, the fourth piece, and it's my favorite trick of all. Instead of pushing your view, you ask a gentle question. A question opens a door. A statement builds a wall.
A question instead of a statement. How does that work?
Watch. The statement way, that won't work. Hard. Final. Now the question way. Do you think it might be tricky to do that? Same doubt, but now it's an invitation, not a punch.
Oh, and it makes them think, instead of making them defensive.
Exactly. Questions are soft because they share the thinking. So you can say, have you thought about, what if we tried? Do you think it might? Could there be another way? How would that work if...
Those feel so gentle. You're not telling them they're wrong. You're exploring it together.
Together. That's the whole feeling again. And here's a little bonus. Half the time, they answer their own question and change their mind, and you never even had to disagree.
Show me one fast. I'll say, let's drive. It'll be quicker. You disagree with the question.
Oh, do you think the traffic might slow us down at this time of day? I wonder if the train could actually be faster. See, I didn't say driving is wrong. I just opened a little door of doubt.
And now I'm questioning my own plan instead of defending it. Sneaky and kind. Your turn, listener. Turn "that's a bad idea" into a gentle question. Maybe, do you think there might be a problem with that? Say it in your head. Okay, last piece. But what if, after all of that, we still don't agree?
Then, and this is the fifth piece, you agree to disagree warmly. You don't have to win. You can both keep your opinions and still be completely fine.
Oh, that's a relief. So disagreeing doesn't have to end with a winner and a loser.
Almost never. Most of the time, nobody needs to win. You just say, kindly, I think we see this one differently, and that's okay. Let's agree to disagree. Fair enough. I get where you're coming from. And then you smile and you move on.
So I close it gently, like a door, not a slam.
Like a soft door. Watch. Pretend we've been arguing about the best season. I love autumn, you love summer, and neither of us will ever change. I say, you know what? I don't think I'll ever love summer the way you do, but I love that you love it. Let's agree to disagree.
Oh, that's lovely. We disagreed completely, and somehow I feel closer to you, not further away.
That's the goal of the whole episode. Disagree, but stay warm. Your turn, listener. Practice one warm ending. Let's agree to disagree. Say it with a smile.
Can we do one last thing? Put all 5 together in one little scene? I want to hear them working as a team.
Let's do it. So, pretend you've just said, I think we should paint the whole office bright red, and I disagree with the entire idea. Watch all 5 gently stacked. Ooh, I can see why you'd like red. It's bold and full of energy. I'm just not sure it would feel calm enough to actually work in. I think a color that strong might tire people's eyes by the afternoon. What if we tried a warm, soft cream instead? Could that still feel cheerful? But honestly, if you love red, I'm happy to keep talking it through. We don't have to decide today.
Oh, that was beautiful. You disagreed with my whole idea, and I didn't feel attacked once. I actually want to keep talking about it.
That's the magic. Cushion, soft words, the idea not you, a question, and a warm door at the end. And notice, I never once said no or you're wrong, but my disagreement was completely clear.
Kind and clear. There it is again.
Always. And one more thing, before your story. What if the other person gets a little heated, stays cross with you?
Yes. What then? Because that part really scares me.
You stay soft and slow. You don't match their fire. You can say, I hear you. I'm honestly not trying to argue. I just see it a little differently. A calm voice cools the whole room. You never have to win. You just have to stay kind.
Stay calm, stay kind. Don't catch their fire.
Don't catch their fire. So, you've been very patient. Are you ready to tell me your disaster?
Fine. So, you know I'm the world's softest disagreeer. Last summer, my friends wanted a big beach holiday, and I really don't do well at the beach. I burn like toast.
So you told them no?
I tried, but I was so soft about it. I said, oh, maybe. I mean, the beach could be nice. I'm not sure. But honestly, whatever you all think is fine.
Oh no. They heard yes, didn't they?
They heard a big, enthusiastic yes! I softened it so much that my no completely vanished. So I spent a week at the beach, sunburnt, miserable, and smiling politely the entire time.
So, the bread girl, the come here often girl, the journalist, and now the girl who agreed to her own worst holiday.
It's a whole museum wing now. But there's a real lesson in it, isn't there?
There really is. Soft does not mean invisible. You still have to actually say your view, clearly. A cushion is wonderful, but there has to be a real no sitting on top of it.
Be kind and clear. Not so soft that your opinion disappears completely.
Kind and clear. And honestly, I'm the opposite disaster. I'm too blunt. I once told Sam that his pasta was genuinely the worst thing I have ever put in my mouth.
Alex!
He didn't cook for a month. I was technically honest and completely heartless. So, between the two of us, we're the perfect warning. Too soft and your no vanishes. Too blunt and you hurt people. The sweet spot is right in the middle. Kind and clear.
So we balance each other out. If you and I shared one brain, we'd be perfectly polite.
The world's most balanced disagreeer. Half you, half me. Until then, everyone, aim for the middle. A real opinion said with a soft voice.
Okay, before we finish, let's go through a few useful words and phrases from today, nice and slow.
Good idea. First, to disagree. It simply means to have a different opinion from someone.
For example, I disagree, but I see your point. We disagreed about the film. And it's perfectly okay to disagree politely.
Next, to have a point. It means what the other person said is partly right or worth thinking about.
For example, you have a point there. She has a point. It is expensive. And I think he has a point about the timing.
Next, tactful. A tactful person is careful with their words so they don't upset people.
For example, she was very tactful about my cooking. Try to be tactful when you say no. And that was a really tactful way to disagree.
Then, to agree to disagree. It means to accept that you have different opinions and stop arguing, kindly.
For example, let's just agree to disagree. In the end, we agreed to disagree. And we agreed to disagree about pineapple on pizza.
Next, to see eye to eye. It means to fully agree with someone. We often use it in the negative. We don't see eye to eye.
For example, we don't always see eye to eye. They finally saw eye to eye. And my brother and I don't see eye to eye on music.
And one more, a compromise. It's when two people each give a little to find a middle answer that works for both.
For example, we found a good compromise. Let's make a compromise. And a compromise means nobody gets everything, but everyone gets something.
And if a couple of those went by quickly, no worries. Just play this part again and try making a sentence of your own with one of the words.
Oh, and one gentle reminder before we recap. Disagreeing politely also means staying open. Sometimes, halfway through, you realize they're actually right.
It happens. And that's not losing, that's learning. You can always say, you know what? You've changed my mind. That's one of the kindest, most confident things a person can say.
Changing your mind is a strength, not a weakness. I really love that.
A real strength. Right. Over to the recap.
So, let's pull the whole thing together. Polite disagreement is really just 5 soft moves.
1. Lay a cushion. Agree a little first. 2. Turn the volume down. Use soft words. 3. Talk about the idea, not the person. 4. Ask a gentle question instead of attacking. And 5. If you still don't agree, agree to disagree. Warmly.
And remember my hard-learned lesson. Kind and clear. Soft is good, but don't let your real opinion disappear. And here's how to make it stick. Don't try to use all 5 at once. Just pick one, maybe the cushion. I see what you mean, but... And use only that in your next small disagreement.
Then, the next time you don't agree with someone, Try one soft move, one cushion, or one gentle question, small and kind.
And come and tell us how it went in the comments. Saying it out loud makes it real, and it gives a little courage to the next nervous person reading. So, over to you. Here's our question for today. What's one small thing you and a friend will never, ever agree on? Tell us below, kindly.
We read every single one. And be honest, are you too soft, like Emma, or too blunt, like me?
We'd love to know. And if today helped, a like, a subscribe, or sharing it with a friend who's learning English means the world to us.
Thank you for spending this time with us. Everything you did here was real practice. Feel good about that.
And next time, we'll talk about something we all find hard. How to say no politely. How to turn down an invitation or a request kindly without feeling guilty or rude.
Ooh, we all need that one. So, until next time, keep going, keep speaking, and go gently on yourself.
That's all from us today. I'm Emma.
And I'm Alex. See you in the next one. Bye for now.